Expressed powers are the specific powers granted to a government authority, usually outlined in a constitution or legal document. These powers are explicitly stated, meaning they are clearly written and leave little room for interpretation. In many systems of government, expressed powers are given to different branches, such as the legislative, executive, and judicial branches, to ensure a balance of authority. Unlike implied powers, which are inferred from a broader interpretation of laws, expressed powers provide direct legal authorization for certain actions. By clearly defining what a government can and cannot do, expressed powers help maintain order and prevent disputes over authority. Now let's look at some examples. A common example of an expressed power is the ability to levy taxes, which allows governments to collect money to fund public services. Another example is the power to regulate trade, ensuring that businesses follow fair practices within a country and with other nations. Governments also have the expressed power to declare war, meaning they have the legal authority to engage in military action when necessary. Additionally, issuing currency is an expressed power, ensuring that the economy operates with a stable and recognised form of money. These examples show how expressed powers provide governments with the necessary authority to manage key aspects of society. One major strength of expressed powers is clarity. Because these powers are specifically written in legal documents, there is little confusion about what actions a government is allowed to take. Another strength is accountability, as expressed powers make it easier to hold leaders responsible if they overstep their authority. Expressed powers also create stability by outlining a clear framework for government functions, reducing the risk of conflict between different branches or officials. Additionally, these powers ensure consistency in decision-making, since governments cannot easily change or expand their authority beyond what is explicitly granted. By clearly defining responsibilities, expressed powers help maintain an organised and predictable government system. However, expressed powers are not without their weaknesses. One weakness is inflexibility, as the strict wording of these powers can sometimes make it difficult for governments to adapt to new situations. For example, if a new challenge arises that was not foreseen when the laws were written, the government may struggle to respond effectively. Another weakness is the potential for conflict over interpretation, as different officials or groups may disagree on how broadly or narrowly an expressed power should be applied. Additionally, relying only on expressed powers may limit innovation in government, as officials may feel restricted by what is explicitly written rather than considering new solutions. These weaknesses show that while expressed powers provide clarity, they can also create challenges in certain situations. One alternative to expressed powers is implied powers, which are not directly stated in legal documents but are understood to be necessary for carrying out expressed powers. Implied powers allow governments to adapt and respond to modern challenges without requiring constant changes to legal texts. Another alternative is delegated powers, where certain responsibilities are transferred from one level of government to another, allowing for more flexible decision-making. Some governments also use reserved powers, which are specifically set aside for local or regional authorities rather than the central government. These alternatives provide different ways to balance authority, ensuring that governments can operate effectively while maintaining necessary limits on power.